In the world of heavy lifting, there are cranes, and then there are engineering marvels that redefine the limits of possibility. Among the latter is the Liebherr LR 13000, a crawler crane so powerful, precise, and versatile that it has earned its place as a global icon in heavy load operations. Recently, this mechanical giant took on one of its most demanding and technically challenging assignments to date, installing 4 colossal jack-up legs on one of the world's largest offshore installation vessels, the AOLIS. The job was not just another lift, it was a feat of engineering brilliance, teamwork, and cutting-edge technology, equipping the AOLIS for offshore power. The AOLIS, a 140-meter-long specialist vessel, is designed for constructing offshore wind farms, massive energy projects that operate in some of the world's most demanding marine environments. Its mission, to plant the towering turbines that harvest wind energy far out at sea. But to do this, the vessel itself must rise above the waves, standing on legs anchored firmly to the seabed. That's where the challenge comes in. These jack-up legs aren't small. Each measures an incredible 87 meters in length and tips the scales at an astonishing 940 tons. Their role is to transform the AOLIS into a floating platform that can walk into position, then lift itself above the ocean surface, unaffected by swells or tides. Installing these legs is no simple matter. It's a delicate dance of strength and accuracy, something that demands both brute lifting power and the ability to work with surgical precision. Enter the LR 13000, a heavy lift legend. With a maximum lifting capacity of 3,000 tons, the Liebherr LR 13000 is the most powerful conventionally designed crawler crane in the world. It's a piece of machinery so large that it rises like a steel skyscraper when fully assembled, up to 130 meters high. For the AOLIS project, Dutch heavy lift and engineered transport specialist Mamoe brought in the LR 13000. The company is no stranger to mega projects, but this time, the requirements were extraordinary. The crane not only had to handle immense weights, but also maneuver with pinpoint accuracy. Adding to the complexity, the operation had to be executed within tight deadlines, on a busy dock with little room for error. The power boom advantage. For the first time in a real-world operation, the LR 13000 was fitted with Liebherr's power boom system, a parallel boom configuration that drastically increases stability and load capacity. In standard form, the LR 13000 is already formidable, but with the power boom, the crane's lifting performance in steep boom positions increases by roughly 50%. The system involves adding a parallel lattice boom extension, 48 meters long, that provides exceptional rigidity and distributes weight more effectively. This upgrade allowed the LR 13000 to lift the 940-ton jack-up legs with room to spare. In fact, with rigging and hook blocks included, the crane was handling more than 1,000 tons per lift, something that would normally require 2 crawler cranes working in tandem. Precision meets power. Installing the jack-up legs was not a case of simply lifting and dropping them into place. Each leg had to be carefully aligned with the AOLIS's hydraulic holding systems, a task complicated by the vessel's structure, overhead obstructions, and the need for perfect vertical positioning. The first leg presented the most technically challenging lift of all. It had to be threaded through the AOLIS's heavy load crane structure, which left minimal clearance for the LR 13000's hook and load line. Working alongside the floating crane Matador 3, the LR 13000 lifted the massive leg from a transport barge, tilted it into position, and then rotated it to the correct orientation. The gross load exceeded 1,000 tons at a 23-meter working radius, a staggering display of capability. Lifting above limits. Faced with the challenge of the AOLIS's shipboard crane's 125-meter maximum hook height, which prevented the LR 13000 from simply lifting the jack-up leg over it, the team devised a meticulous sequence. First swinging the leg onto the AOLIS's deck using both cranes, then employing large winches, each taller than a person, to gradually pull the vessel into the precise position beneath the suspended leg. Next, massive pulleys and guide systems rotated the steel cylinder into perfect vertical alignment with its mounting slot. Finally, the leg was lowered with millimeter-level precision into the vessel's hydraulic grip, a process carried out slowly and carefully to avoid sway, misalignment, delays, or costly equipment damage. Fast setup, faster progress. One of the standout features of the LR 13000 is its surprisingly fast assembly time. While such a large crawler crane might normally require several weeks to erect and configure, Liebherr's modular design allows for rapid setup. In this case, the initial estimate for assembly was 4 weeks. With help from Liebherr's on-site technicians and Mamoe's experienced crew, the entire crane, complete with power boom, was fully operational in just 12 days. This speed was crucial to the project's success. The team could dedicate more time to the actual lifting work while still meeting the aggressive project schedule, working around the clock. The operation in Bremerhaven ran like clockwork. Mamoet's team prepared each lift during the night, securing rigging and making final checks so that daytime could be dedicated to execution. 4 lifts in total were needed to install all the jack-up legs, each one as demanding as the last. By the end of just 1 week of lifting operations, the AOLIS stood on all 4 legs, ready for the next phase of its transformation into a fully functional offshore installation vessel. Stability for the seabed. Once the legs were in place, industrial divers moved in to install the spud cans, huge circular footings nicknamed elephant feet. These ensure that when the AOLIS lowers its legs to the seabed, the load is distributed evenly, preventing sinking or instability. The result is a vessel that can stand rock solid on the ocean floor, even in waters up to 45 meters deep, ready to support the towering wind turbines that will supply clean energy for decades. Voices from the project. Crane operator Juke Bruin was clearly impressed with the LR13000's performance. "It's a good thing to work with," he said, grinning. "Really nice to drive." Project manager Remco Zanstra highlighted the crane's operational advantages. The LR1300 can be set up like a larger LR11350. The rapid assembly and high safety standards showed just how much Liebherr has learned from decades of crawler crane development. Their comments underscore a central theme of the project. Advanced engineering only reaches its potential when combined with skilled, experienced people who know how to use it. Why this lift matters. At first glance, installing legs on a ship might seem like a niche achievement, but in the bigger picture, this operation represents a major step forward in renewable energy infrastructure. Offshore wind power is expanding rapidly as nations race to reduce carbon emissions and secure sustainable energy sources. Vessels like the AOLIS make it possible to build and maintain wind farms in deeper waters and harsher environments than ever before. The LR13000's success with the power boom in this project proves that single crane solutions can handle ultra-heavy lifts that once required multiple machines, reducing costs, improving safety, and speeding up schedules. The bigger picture for Liebherr and Mamoe. For Liebherr, the project is a showcase of the LR13000's capabilities, particularly with the power boom system. It demonstrates that their design philosophy, combining brute force with intelligent engineering, has real-world payoffs. For Mamoe, it's another example of why they're trusted for some of the most complex heavy lift jobs in the world. Their ability to plan, adapt, and execute high-stakes projects makes them indispensable to industries ranging from oil and gas to renewable energy. A glimpse into the future of heavy lifting. The Bremerhaven project may be complete, but its impact will be felt for years. The LR13000 with power boom has set a new standard for what a single crawler crane can achieve. As offshore construction projects grow in scale and ambition, the demand for such high-capacity, precision lifting solutions will only increase. Whether it's building wind farms, installing massive refinery components, or supporting mega infrastructure projects, machines like the LR13000 will continue to push the boundaries. And that wraps up our look at the incredible LR13000, with power boom taking on one of the toughest heavy lift challenges in the world. If you enjoyed watching this engineering giant in action, don't forget to hit that like and make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one, where the machines just keep getting bigger.